It all began in 2011. The news of the construction of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam was announced on national TV. The nation responded with astounding support for the project. It is important to remember that more than 60 million out of 100 million Ethiopians are not connected with the grid. 13 years fast forward, Ethiopians contributed 20 billion baht for the construction of the dam, according to the GERD Project Coordination Office. To date, the GERD is the biggest people's project in the whole of African continent.
It provides power to schools, medical centers where many mothers are dying during childbirth. It provides energy to many development areas that can create jobs for millions of Ethiopians. So it is very much related to the life and the livelihood and the dignity of Ethiopians. So this is really a very good achievement.
Do Egypt come to terms with a new story on the Nile, which relies upon cooperation, using the Nile based on equitable and reasonable use without causing significant harm, or still insistent upon maintaining the colonial hegemonic domination characterized by the principle of might is right? To discuss this issue, I talked with the former negotiator of the GERD and water consultant, Ahmed Nagash.
Yeah, first of all, Ethiopia invested billions of dollars out of its empty coffer, not the project to be hijacked or, held hostage by any other country. No, Ethiopia will not allow its own national project to be held hostage by any other body. This is very clear. So Ethiopia never entered any such type of agreement or any agreements that have such implication.
Unilateral action, a key phrase in Egyptian accusations. According to Ahmed Nagash, when it comes to unilateral actions, Egypt is the one that embarked on unilateral projects on the Nile for many years now.
Egypt has, several strategies to keep upstream countries, from using the water. One of the strategy is to trap the upstream countries into endless negotiation. While the negotiation was going on, we are aware that Egypt was implementing the Salam Canal. That is a unilateral, actually, the real unilateral action. At the same time, Egypt was also implementing the Toshka Desert Project, which is a unilateral action, a real unilateral action. But the GERD is not unilateral. It is a national project of Ethiopia, but they were part of the project. They came halfway with Ethiopia. It was prepared jointly. When they walk out of cooperation and the negotiation, Ethiopia got frustrated and they went ahead with the implementation of the project. Even if it is a unilateral project, it is not a crime anyway.
As to the former negotiator and water consultant Ahmed Nagash, Egypt's insistence upon a binding agreement is stemmed from the age-old policy of Cairo to maintain monopoly on the Nile by sticking with the colonial era water-sharing agreement.
Currently, the main principles that are governing transboundary water resource management are the equitable and the reasonable utilization, and an obligation not to cause significant harm, and the genuine cooperation. So those are actually the main principles. There is no way, there is no room for the provisions that are actually given by this colonial agreement. So that doesn't have any room, and it is not applicable. And it is not accepted by, and even it is rejected by the British themselves, who actually signed this agreement on behalf of their colonies.
Under the face of climate change, water scarcity, and legitimate demand by upstream countries to use the Nile, a new paradigm of using the Nile seems the only way forward. Cooperation. Win-win approach constructed by mutual trust and understanding are crucial. From Cairo to Addis, from Nairobi to Amhara, from Kigali to Khartoum, for a better and brighter future to all the children and daughters of the Nile.